Hey guys, Crystal Grace here. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. So this one is all about what have people currently realized about you, or what are they about to realize about you. So we have three piles to choose from. Pile number one, we have this butterfly. Pile number two, we have unicorn. And pile number three, we have this very funky pink and yellow jumper with stars on it. So a quick disclaimer while you're connecting with one of these crock plugs. If a reading begins to irritate you or makes you angry, please trust that I don't set my intentions to conjure, evil messages to ruin your day. Trust that the message will reach the right audience member. For those who are new to the channel, welcome, and to all my existing subscribers, viewers, whatever you wish to call yourselves, souls of this realm, welcome. So with that said, let's jump into it. Let's find out what people have currently realized about you. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose these beautiful butterflies, so we've got purple, blue, orange or peach, and green coloring. So just a quick energy check-in with the plug itself. Fun facts about butterflies. They are apparently 17,500 different species of butterflies. And naturally, when I look at this butterfly, it is very colorful, it's very unique, it's very different. Another fun fact about butterflies, they cannot hear. So some of you could, have quite selective hearing. Some of you could actually be just watching subtitles now because you do have a hearing impediment, is, I feel, the most constructive way of saying that, or acknowledging that. So butterflies can also see in green, yellow, and red using 6,000 lenses in their eyes. So some of you could wear glasses. Others of you could have a color impediment, so you may only see certain colors here. You have very big energy, I would say. When I look at this butterfly, its wings are quite large and you stand out. So I don't know if some of you literally go out of your way to wear very bright, colorful clothes. I'm even getting like, what's the word? Like citrus colors is what, like the lemons and the orange and the limes some of you could be wearing. Or it could be the other opposite scale of that. You fucking hate those colors and you much prefer to be in earth colors, blacks and browns and reds and maroons, deep purple. I think freckles is also coming through here with the little dots on the on this butterfly. I also feel moths as also affiliated with those who have picked this pile, but I'm also being really drawn to the antennas. I actually feel like it's very hard to get anything past you guys. So coming back to those like fun facts about butterflies, you can't hear. So I feel like what people are realizing about you is that they don't think you could hear them, or I don't think they thought you could see them, like see what they were doing, showing their true colors. And I actually feel like for a lot of you, a lot of people are starting to realize how skillful you are, how easily it is for you to see people, to hear people without actually being in the room. So I would have to say a lot of you have picked this pile. You could be clairvoyant, you could be clairaudient. And there is a big difference between clairvoyance and clairaudience. Very big differences. So kind of feel like most of you are clairvoyant, some of you are clairaudient. But I definitely feel like with this whole The butterfly uses 6,000 lenses in their eyes. I honestly feel like a lot of people at this point in time are realizing that you see everything, but you don't talk about it. You don't advocate it. You don't go and blow up your social media saying this and saying that. You do things in life. You take actions towards maybe goals or people, or you remove yourself from environments without actually saying anything. And it's at those points that what people are realizing is that you are seeing things that they don't think you can see. So this is what has come through with the butterfly. So that sounds like your pile. Let's get into it. Let's find out what people are realizing about pile number 1. We do have the Strength card jumping out. I also see the Devil. Yeah. The cards are very energized. So I would have to say there is this big energy around you at this point in time. So there's this big emphasis around you in regards to what people are realizing about you. It could be quite shocking. People could be quite shocked with who you are, what you can do, your abilities. So show me what people are realizing, or what will they realize. We are not taking reversals for this pile. So if you are new to my channel, sometimes we do reversals, other times we don't. Loving that big sun energy. Interesting. So we've got the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, 2 5s, lots of change. 7 of Wands. And we also have a really bad camera angle. All right. So the Sun card leading the reading here. So obviously strong Leo energy. We have air, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We have fire, Leo again, Aries and Sag. And then we do have the 5 of Cups, so water element, Scorpio, Cancer and Pisces. We also have Luna. Little Luna. Luna is very fiery and she takes no shit. Do ya? You're a little puppy. She looks very innocent. She's very, very sweet. And she nearly fell off the desk. But she's also very territorial and very aggressive. Yeah, look. I don't know. I kind of feel like what people are realizing is that you might have a lot of freedom in your life, is what I feel. And why I'm sort of more connecting with that aspect of the sun is because when I maneuver into these 5 cards, all minor arcana, so I actually kind of feel like what people are realizing, so how I'm going to read, sometimes I don't really know how I'm going to read the energy until the cards come out and I connect. Being clairaudient, that's just how it works for me. So connecting with the 5 of Swords and coming back to the sun. So I'm going to look at each card and then come back to the sun energy. That's how I feel this message needs to get delivered to you guys today. But, oh wow, here's Shay. That's the first. No, actually, that's the second. What you doing, baby girl? Shay's actually been heavily abused in her early childhood, although she's still a child in my eyes. She's very timid. She's very scared of people. So I kind of feel, even as we tap into this Five of Swords energy, what people are realizing about you is, I definitely feel like you're a person who will always choose your happiness over conflict. So as soon as people come at you with arguments, disputes, any kind of bullying, hostility, stress in your life, you will actually choose to remove yourself from that. You will hide away from that. So I actually wouldn't be surprised if some of you even with the Three of Wands here, even with the Seven of Wands here, is all about setting boundaries. But the Three of Wands would tell me that when people bring conflict towards you, you'll pull your energy back. You'll become very patient and you will start to observe and watch their every move. And you will then therefore decipher whether or not these people are going to hinder your happiness, or at least this is what people are realizing. You're actually quite strategic when it comes to, I guess, who you invite into your life. And I honestly think, like, because the Sun card is all about truth and vitality and optimism, confidence, you know. So again, I think when people start hindering your confidence, or maybe when people start creating delays and putting you on pause, leaving you unread, what they're starting to realize is that behavior affects your happiness. That's creating internal conflict, that creates disappointment within you, and then therefore you set boundaries. I did not think that was how these cards were going to be read, but that is it. I feel like you guys, this is the sequence here. So what people are realizing about you is, I think you are this very big, bright energy, pile one. You're very optimistic. You're very loving. You're a very happy person. You actually brighten up every person's day. You know, you always speak the truth. People know where they stand with you, right? But when people realize they can't control you and you will always choose your happiness, when you will always choose, you know, the high road, I think that's when they try and fuck with your head and they start to try and control you. When you start putting boundaries up against people, that's when they start creating conflict and turmoil in your life. And how they do that is they create distance, so sort of keep you at arm's length. So I feel like for a lot of you, what people are realizing is that you can see what they're doing. You can see that their way to try and compete for your time, your energy, your love, they try and create disappointment through communication with you, through creating delays of, I don't know, hanging out, going to social events. But you then catch on to this, you know, because of the disappointment that actually leads to. They don't think that you can tell that they're trying to create disappointment and conflict and turmoil in your life. It's what they're realizing once you set those boundaries up, once you start delaying and putting pause in your messages to these people, that is when they realize that you've caught on to what they're doing. And I actually think most of these people around you are, I wouldn't say they're narcissists. I would say they're probably people who, you know, feel like they've got to compete for your time and your energy because you are being seen as the sun here. I definitely feel like what these people are realizing about you is that they can't take the sun out of your life. They can't take your happiness away. And although that they've created some kind of disappointment, trying to make you compete for their time and their energy by leaving you unread, not responding when they should. And this is all to bring your confidence level down. So are they narcissists? Yeah, there are narcissistic tendencies there, 100%. But at the same time, with the Shay coming back like that, I feel like you're very forgiving and very loving with the sun. So maybe at the same time, although they're trying to create this conflict, you're still giving them opportunities. What they're realizing is that you do give second chances. So for some of you, you might be quite this could be new information to you. You may not even realize you're setting boundaries with these people who are creating disappointment with you. But there's definitely change in your behavior once you realize that these people are trying to get you to fight and compete for their time and their attention, because in fact they want your time and attention. I assume, being the sun, you probably have a lot of friends. You probably have a lot of people wanting to spend time and energy on you, is sort of the vibe I'm getting here, which is quite interesting. I never really know how these readings will go until, like, I also feel like what people have realized about you with the Five of Swords, because the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups are two cards that will talk about, a broken heart, infidelity, a sense of disappointment, somebody mourning. So I actually think some people may have recently realized about you that although you may have been cheated on, although you could be mourning like this infidelity that has taken place, you have a lot of people trying to compete for your time and attention. You have a lot of people waiting in the wing for you, but you're actually got a lot of healthy boundaries set in place, is another message that I'm getting from here. What people have realized about you is your past has actually led you to your future, to your now. Like, you protect your happiness, your inner peace. And it doesn't matter what people do, how much they try and fight for your time and attention, you're not going to put yourself back in a position to be hurt again, to be cheated on again. You will patiently wait, which these are two patient cards, for the sun to enter your life, whether that be romantic. Well, I would say that would have to be romantic. So yeah. So that is what I have for you guys. That was very interesting. It's very nosy of these people. Just be mindful. Seven of Swords I'm seeing in my mind's eye. So these people are definitely trying to scheme, strategize on how to lure you in. So these could be actual romantic suitors as well. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, I will move on to pile 2. Thank you. See you. Bye. Hey, pile 2, welcome to your reading. Those of you who chose the unicorn, this is your reading. So what's coming through, just a quick energy check in to make sure you pick the right pile. With the unicorn is My Pony is coming through for some reason. So I don't know if a lot of you grew up with My Pony. Maybe you had an altercation with a sibling about a My Pony when you were a kid, but there's definitely this strong sort of message having to do with My Ponies. Obviously unicorns are very unique. They also are a symbolic representation of, couples looking for a unicorn. So some of you could participate in that sort of, rendezvous. Others of you may be like, I was hit up about being a unicorn and I was like, no, thank you. But yeah, there is energy sort of coming through there as well. Now, when I look at this unicorn, it's very cute, it's very put together, it's very color coordinated. It gets a lot of attention. Like, if this unicorn walked down the streets of, New York or Sydney or Hong Kong, London, you name it, Paris, it would turn a lot of heads. A lot of people would be like, holy fuck, look at that. And that's sort of the vibe I think a lot of you pick up when you walk around town or in cities. You do turn a lot of heads. I think you are quite beautiful individuals. I think you have very beautiful energy, but I think you're very easy on the eyes. And there's something to do with your aesthetics. So whether or not you've had work done, or you just have been blessed with luscious lips, luscious lashes, maybe you get lashes extensions, either way, I feel like a lot of you are very easy to look at. There is something about junk in the trunk, so a very bootylicious booty for some of you, something about your legs as well, and the shoes that you wear also contribute to these aesthetics people really admire with you. You might wear really high heels or really cool kicks. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm getting at. Some of you could actually have this kind of angelic appearance about yourself as well, with these big blue wings, angel wings, you know. Here, some of you may wear a lot of blush. You might just have really rosy cheeks. And obviously colored hair is also standing out here with the pink hair or the pink mane on this unicorn. But you look very happy. You look very like playful. Some of you could, you know, be quite voluptuous here as well. But it's like, it's a lot of people want to like touch you is what I feel, and hopefully in a non-perverted way. But I think a lot of people get aroused by this group. I think there's a lot of, you know, fire element I'm picking up. So like, I think a lot of people, you might ooze like sexual energy. You might have a lot of sexual chemistry with a lot of people as well. So, you know, I think some of you might stand in like a supermarket, and I don't know, this never happened to me before, so I don't know how this even feels, but some people might like have eye sex or something, like, I don't know, like have fuck me eyes or something, I think they call it. I think my gay friends were always, I've sat in a hostel lobby one time and my best friend, we were still getting to know each other at this point, me and him were sitting on the lounge, and obviously like a hostel lobby, there's like lounges and stuff. It's sort of where people check in. And anyway, this hot guy came in and he sat across from us, and he was so hot. And I was like, oh, he was like kept staring at us. Now, I didn't realize this guy was gay. I thought he was staring at me. Anyway, how vain. And so Nick said, I gotta go. So he got up, well, the hot guy got up. And then Nick got up, and then like Nick was gone for like hours. And I was like, where the fuck are you? And I was texting, nothing. Anyway, hours passed. Like obviously living in a hostel, you just go out with other people. You don't sit around really waiting for people. And anyway, hours had passed. Well, he went and hooked up with this guy, right? So I was like, and that was when I first got introduced that, you know, there's this whole look of fuck me eyes. So yeah, I don't know why I've gone on that tangent, but in saying that, I would say some of you have that ability. So let's move on. Let's find out what people have realized about you. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like this pile is very uplifting pile number one. Like it seems like people are realizing that they can't take them for granted. So let's see. What have people realized about pile number two? No, Luna. Off that, Luna. Luna, no. Extra card for pile two. We have Big Papa energy. We have Sorcery, Queen of Wands. We have counterparts. We have the High Priestess, love it. We have the Eight of Swords. You've got heaps of extra cards. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Star. Okay. Yeah, I think you, overall, there's like heaps of different messages, and I already can tell I'm going to read your pile completely different to pile one's. So yeah, unfortunately, if you are new to my channel, I don't have a set structure. I just read how I connect, which is the way it is. But yeah, the Emperor energy, you know, I definitely feel like what people are realizing about you, I don't know if your looks don't match your actions, okay? But the Emperor is somebody who's very stable and very secure, somebody who's always thinking about the future. They act with integrity. They can be very stern. So although you might come across looking very playful, very sexual energy, you know, you may look like you work really well at work. You might look like a business person. You may not look like that. I think you look in a certain way, but when people actually sit down and get to know you, or maybe when they get to work with you or date you, that you are very, very intelligent here. But the Emperor is definitely strong positive energy. I think what people are realizing about you is you're somebody who's very focused on the future at this point in time. Every move you make has something to do with your future. And that might come as a surprise. And maybe what people are realizing about you is like your looks don't match your intelligence. I think that's sort of the main theme I'm picking up based off the unicorn and the Emperor to come out and the Emperor to lead your reading. So moving into the cards. So Queen of Wands, I would definitely say with the High Priestess here, people, I think once they get to know you and like, I don't know, work, I'm going to keep coming back to the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. This is also online. I think once people sort of match with you and start a conversation with you, they realize you're a very spiritual soul. They also find your spirituality very sexually, like a sexual turn on as well. There is a magic within you that I think a lot of people miss based off them just being taken back by how you look. I also feel with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, and because you're in this very powerful, stable, grounded energy, what people are realizing about you is you would make a good wife, husband, a they, a them, however you perceive yourself in a romantic connection. People are definitely realizing that you are quite the catch. You are somebody who looks like a trophy, but also delivers on intelligence, monetary value. You're a person who isn't just a shell. I think there's a lot of depth to you guys, but a lot of people don't assume that because of what you look like. You may spend a lot of time on your aesthetics. So naturally there is that stigma there, and it is shifting. There's stigmas on everything, really. It's just people are shit. Not people are shit, I shouldn't say that, but judgmental people, you know, are shit. So yeah, the Queen of Wands is a very high vibrational character. So I definitely feel like manifestation is also sort of jumping out to me with this Queen of Wands imagery. You're a person who is quite witchy here, but you don't flaunt it. You know, when I think about the High Priestess, there's hidden information here. And I think a lot of people, what they're realizing about you at the moment is you don't flaunt your success or your achievements. You're very quiet about the strategies you have put in place to get to where you are. You're very quiet about the strategies you have in place or in motion to become successful. I think there is fame, there is a sense of stardom here. What people are realizing about you is there is this level of fame around you here with the Star, but you're very secretive about it. You don't tell people about it. I don't look at this Eight of Swords as in the traditional sense. I see this Eight of Swords as what people are realizing about you is you hide the fact that you are psychic. You hide the fact that you have some kind of spiritual connection. It could be the fact that you hide it because of your workplace is what they could be realizing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really pick up the traditional negative energy of the Eight of Swords here, but I definitely feel like people, what they're realizing about you is you're somebody who's very strategic, is what I would have to say. Who's moving in life, knowing that every act, every step will have what's the word that I'm looking for? Will have like a reaction, a consequence, right? Now, the thing about King of Wands in regards to what people are realizing, for some of you that you are taken, like you may have that strong sexual energy about you. It might make people assume that you're not spoken for, like you're not in a connection. So if you are in a connection, people may find it really weird to find out you are married. They may feel like you're hiding that. They might even, I guess, leading into the Eight of Swords, that you don't let on that you're married because you might be open to infidelity here, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. This will correlate to the right audience. So that is sort of like a side message there. But yeah, I definitely feel like you have a lot of higher wisdom here is what people are realizing about you. And maybe you don't share that because you worry about it affecting your work reputation. Maybe you are trying to gain some sort of stardom at work, some kind of like big promotion or something like that. So you hide this element of you. So some of you may work in a workplace where you can't be deemed married. You know, it's better for you to remain as if you were single because maybe it's customers need to think that you are single. So there are different jobs like that. Like if you were in manpower. And anyway, yeah, so that's sort of the vibe I'm picking up here. I feel like with the Three of Pentacles, look, people may be quite surprised to learn that you are married. The Three of Pentacles can represent marriage because you have this strong sexual alluring energy. They might mistaken your confidence, your vibe for flirtation. They might see it as you being quite charming and you're trying to charm the pants of people. And when they realize that you are married or you are spoken for, then they may lead to think that you would be open to like a threesome here. Okay, that you're open to be playing with other people. You know, some of you could be polyamorous here is what some people could be realizing about you. You are in a polyamorous relationship or you're open to a polyamorous relationship. Or maybe it's the fact you're not, like you don't really care for monogamy here. Okay, so some people could be realizing that you kind of have eyes for everyone. You know, the King of Wands is very womanizing energy, you know. The King and the Queen of Wands are the kinds of people who can really have anyone that they want, you know, because they've got their physique is alluring, their energy is very sexual, they're very easy to look at, everyone sort of oodle eyes and gets googly eyes. But yeah, I definitely feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, what people are realizing about you is you're somebody who's definitely started from the bottom and worked their way up, especially in the workplace. And yeah, the Star here, I feel like any people who have been intimate with you, what they're realizing about you is that they've had some kind of healing experience with you. They felt really healed in your energy. And I think because you have this overall very calm, grounded energy, I think a lot of people, what they realize about you, part two, when they walk away from an encounter with you, that they feel more together, they feel more in control of their emotions, they feel more grounded. So you definitely give off this strong healing vibe. But I think the main message I get with the Star is what people are realizing about you is you are quite popular. You have a lot of people know you, and you might be surprised. You'd be like, well, I don't know. I kind of keep to myself. But people talk about you through the workplace. There are married people around you who talk about your higher wisdom and how you sort of you're not out there on a megaphone proclaiming that you are like, you know, an almighty saint here, is why I think a lot of people may talk about you, but you are quite famous in your world. And I think a lot of you, although you try and keep yourself maybe to keep yourself like out of, I don't know, people's mouths, people still talk about you a lot because of who you are, what you bring to the table. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys. Let me know down in the comments how you felt about that reading, if it resonated. Sending much love and light. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You have little Luna here. She is gone. All right, so those of you who chose this really funky knit, this jumper, maybe you guys, like, it's weird. Like, I also have this pink jumper on. It's so furry and soft. You guys might like hoodies and like soft furry like jumpers that feel like, you know, cat fur. you kind of prefer to be more comfortable. You might prefer to wear tracksuit pants, like a tracksuit like ensemble, as opposed to like dresses and heels. I think comfort is always going to be your first choice over like uncomfortable items, I guess, based off this jumper. It is quite colorful, so there is this sort of bubbly energy about you guys, and obviously with the stars here gives me this sense of like starry-eyed. I feel like a lot of you have picked this pile, and there's nothing wrong with it. You might fall easily in love. Like, you might be the kind of people who wear their heart on their sleeve. And I kind of feel like you're so loving and easy to get to know. And the unfortunate part of those traits is that there can be people around you who want to take that for granted. But I kind of get the vibe like people may actually you may underestimate people based off that. So although you might get starry-eyed and like fall in love really easily, you still have likely healthy boundaries set in place. You might like to wear turtlenecks here or undergarments underneath like large baggy jumpers as well. I see a lot of kicks, so like trainers and stuff. Some of you may love to work out here. You could be those sorts of people who like to wear bright active clothing as opposed to, you know, the black on black. It might not even just be like a jumper. It could be cardigans as well, right? Jumpers obviously came from cardigans. You could have a lot of Brits in this group as well. So here's a fun fact about sweaters. Sweaters comes from sweat, and the earliest sweaters were worn by rowers and were intended to produce sweating and reduce weight. So here's a story. I remember when I was in my 20s, because I've always fluctuated with my weight. I was a big child, and yeah, so growing up as a mere adult to whatever, I would be up and down like a yo-yo. And I remember like I went through this stage, so fucked up. I would wrap my thighs and my arms in cling wrap, and then I'd put my activewear over it, and then I'd go running, which is fucked up. It was really bad. The things you do to lose weight. So I feel like because of that image coming in my mind, some of you can resonate with that. Like you could have. So just remember doing a bit of an energy check in here. You may have gone to extremes, like silly extremes, to lose weight. And obviously that comes from body dysmorphia, and that, in my experience, comes from people just being cunts and bullying you for your weight, right? So I feel like for a lot of you, that may have some resonance there. And I'm sorry about that, because that's fucked up. But it's life. Kids are mean. That's what they do. So are siblings. So maybe some of you hide your body. So maybe you have a really beautiful body. Well, everyone has a beautiful body, but I feel like with this sort of baggy looking jumper, like you don't flaunt your body, is what I would have to say. Like, you wear things, you wear nice clothes, but you don't like to accentuate body parts because you don't want to draw attention to your body, is where I'm going to leave that energy check in. So if you're like, no, makes no sense to me, pick another pile or trust the fact that there is no message for you here today. So let's find out what people have realized about you. Pile number 3. So we're not taking reversals today. Sometimes I will, other times I won't. Being told one more. I did see one more. No more. All right, so Six of Swords is there. Page of Swords was there before. We have the Four of Pentacles. Oh, nice. 2 4s. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Hermit. We have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Hangman. Okay. What are people realizing about you? I'm getting a really strong sort of download here. I definitely feel like with the Six of Swords and the Page of Swords, I'm going to sort of incorporate that energy because it was there. I think people could be spying on you, and what people are realizing about you is through observation. So I think a lot of these people could be from your past or your present. They might be trying to understand you because you're hidden, right? You're hiding yourself is what I feel. Like you stand out, but at the same time with the Four of Pentacles coming out here, also the Hangman and the Hermit, what people are realizing about you is you're very, very selective with your time and your energy. And you only, like, and I'm over here, I'm looking at another deck and there's the Hermit. Underneath the Hermit is the Seven of Cups. So I definitely feel like a lot of people, what they're realizing about you with the overall energy of the Six of Swords is that you're a person who's endured a lot of drama in your life, and because they don't sort of pick up on that straight away, maybe just by initial observation, assumption of you based off what you wear. I think with the Six of Swords leading this reading, what people have recently realized about you is you've actually lived many lives already in this life. You've actually endured a lot of trials and tribulations here, and you're a person who sort of moved away from a recent experience that was quite traumatic, and you're trying to find calmer waters, okay? And friends are around you helping you. Friends are also in the wing helping you. And I feel like what these people are realizing is that although you spend a lot of time alone and you isolate yourself, you might go like put yourself in locations where there's like it's desolate, like there's nobody around. People have made the assumption about you like that you don't have support around you, but in fact you actually do. So I actually feel like what people are realizing about you is that I don't know if they've tried to pull their energy away from you, thinking like, I don't know if that's to be nasty to you, pile 3. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe it's because you are you're not like sort of, you're being very selective with your time and energy. I would have to confirm that 100% with the Hangman, because the Hangman's very stagnant energy. It's an energy that will ghost people and keep people on red and hanging around. And it's a person who says no to invites with the Hermit here. Four of Pentacles is somebody who's also very closed off and isn't, telling people everything that's going on. So I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe people were trying to play you. You've tried to, and at the end of the day, you've played them, because if they're the people who have created drama in your life, I don't think these people realize you had friends waiting in the wing and you had friends coming to rescue you and pull you away from their BS, or they just weren't aware that you had other friends, is sort of the vibe I'm picking up. So yeah, I'll keep moving. So with the Four of Pentacles, I definitely feel like what people are realizing about you is that you, thinking back to this initial energy, right? You're very starry-eyed and like you're very googly-eyed. You wear your heart on your sleeve. But what people are realizing is once you realize people are bringing drama into your life, you will move away. You'll close off. Right? It doesn't mean like you're all sad about it. You become very reserved and you are very poised, is what I'm seeing. Like you don't retaliate or seek revenge, is what these people are realizing. You'll just go and party with your friends who come and save you. Like, your friends are waiting out in the wing, waiting for your invitation. These could be friends from a distance or just new friends. But what people are realizing is that you don't let on you have all these other friends. You don't let on when you have other celebrations or social gatherings. And you don't include people who try and, like, you know, manipulate you or ruin your day or bring drama to your life. This is what these people are realizing. So they might think you're very easy to manipulate because you are so loving and very giving. But I think what these people are realizing is that as soon as you can tell that they're bringing drama into your life, you pull your energy back, you go and make new friends. Maybe you'll just go and party with old friends, because you are very selective with your time and your energy. And with the hermit energy tells me you're very spiritually connected. But hermits, right? These hermit people, which is strong Virgo energy, hermit energy is like old souls. So they're people who don't necessarily have to practice spirituality in this life. They don't need to, you know, read tarots, have tarot channels, or like go to a psychic or anything. They're people who trust their intuition wholeheartedly. Your inner voice is very strong, or at least this is what these people are realizing about you. You are very connected to your your intuition. You're a very old soul, and you will always rise above people's BS. Here is what I'm picking up. You'll always choose the high road because you've already been down here on the low road, is what I feel with the 10 of Wands. But yeah, I definitely feel like what people are realizing about you, and as soon as that you realize people are trying to create some kind of obstacle or challenge or put a burden on your path, that is when you'll put them in the hangman like energy. That is when you'll create stagnation for them. So I'm not saying you are voodoo or anything like that. I would say people get their karma here, what they're realizing about you. They get their karma from them trying to do stuff to you, if that is what they're trying to do, because you are an old soul. So you don't really have to work with magic, is what these people are realizing. You don't have to do anything. You literally just pull your energy away. You invest your time and energy in, you know, other friends, family members. You seek peace, you forgive. I feel like these people, what they realize about you is you do forgive people, because you know by not forgiving creates burdens and more drama, more obstacles in your life. But you close the door with them with the hangman, like you create stagnation in their path, on their journey, is what these people realize. So it is kind of witchy energy, but it's not. I really can't put my finger on it. So please let me know if you feel comfortable in sharing what kind of warlock you are, you know, and only if you feel comfortable. But the hangman also talks about perspective, right? So what these people could be realizing is that your perspective on life and how you handle drama and how you move away from it is very, very different to what they thought it was going to be. They might have assumed that you would be like sucking up their ass and blowing up their phone, please don't leave me. But maybe that could have been an old you. Okay. And this is the new you. This is what people could be realizing, is like, you don't chase people anymore. If it's a constant uphill battle trying to build a relationship or a friendship with people who won't only give you so much, people who are really greedy with their time and their energy, and you feel like you have to beg for it, or they're only selective when they want to party, it's got to be on their time. You know, they don't care if their behavior isolates you, creates burdens. I feel like what these people are realizing about you is like, although you're soft and cuddly like a bear, you're always going to take the high road. You're always going to choose you because you've already got experience in having trials and tribulations. But I think the biggest call out here for you guys, pile threes, these people are very, like, what they've realized, they're very shocked to learn that there are many people waiting in the wing to come in and spend time with you and celebrate you is the biggest shock. So be interested to know who these people are that have rocked up in your reading. But yeah, that is all I have for you. I hope that found the right audience. But yeah, sending much love and light. Bye.